If your offers are feeling a little bit meh, a little bit mid, and a little bit like everybody's doing the same thing, this is the thing that can really set you apart from everybody else who's offering social media services or marketing services in general. I'm going to get into that in this video, but if you're new here, hi, hello, my name is OnlineDrea Jones. I have run a business for 10 years. I recently sold my agency. I had 10 employees, 40 clients, and now I'm here to teach you how to do the same. Now, the missing piece in a lot of agency owners and social media managers and digital marketers that I see is not your offer. It's not the packaging. It's your company values. Yeah, the thing that sets you apart from all of the other marketers out there are your values. These are the kind of things where someone looks at your website, they look at your social and they go, they get it. This person is for me. I want to hire them immediately. So in this video, I'm not just sharing the theory behind it all. I'm showing you how I did it inside of my agency and how that evolved over time so that you can do the same. Let's get into it. Hi, friend. So today I'm going to talk through some offer objections and how you can overcome them depending on what you're hearing feedback from either on sales calls or during a launch. So we're going to go through each objection. We are also going to talk about the reason that clients or customers give this objection. And then we're going to talk about a potential solution so that you can either address those objections in your sales calls, in your copy, in your marketing. So the first objection, the biggest one that we often hear is pricing. Everyone says, it's too expensive, or they try to negotiate down a price. So they're trying to say it's expensive. But what they're really saying is that they don't see the value in your offer. So that's really the challenge here. So the solution is oftentimes reframing your marketing so that it really speaks to that person. They feel like what you're offering is valuable. Sometimes you also need to illustrate the return on that investment, specifically for higher ticket offers. When we think about things like done for you services, those types of offers need to have a clear value to the client. Like, what are they getting in exchange for that amount? Sometimes with lower cost offers, when clients say it's too expensive, oftentimes they are not ready to purchase that lower cost offer. So you may actually be marketing to the wrong people. We ran into this with the Savvy Social School where actually the $57 a month price was actually attracting the wrong people. We raise it to $97. We actually get more committed people, and the people who it's easier for them to say yes because they think the product is aligned with the value. Okay. So it doesn't necessarily mean lowering your price. It could be repositioning it. Okay, the second offer objection we often hear is a lack of urgency, So sometimes people seem like they're interested. They maybe sign up for the challenge, a freebie, or they hop on a sales call. And then when it comes time to buy, they go, it's not the time for me, right? Sometimes during a launch, we have that feedback form where people say it's not the time for me. Or after you send a proposal, sometimes clients say it's a time issue. But the real challenge here is that they don't see the right now. They don't see why they need to do this right now. They don't understand. So usually it's an understanding. Now, I'm not a fan of like scare tactics that are like pushing people to buy right now. If it truly isn't a good time for them, then fine. We will be here when they are ready. But oftentimes we need to encourage people to understand why now is a good time for them. This goes back to your marketing, but it also can be addressed during a challenge. So this is why we like to do challenges or boot camps with the Savvy Social School. It gives them a taste of what what real-time action can do in their business. It gives them a taste of, we don't need to redo everything today. Because when we think about it, even as a business owner ourselves, if someone said, you need to completely revamp your LinkedIn today, it's like, whoa, that sounds like a lot of work. But if you give them a taste, like, hey, we can update your headline, it only take you an hour of your time, then they understand the impact that can have in their business, and they're more willing to commit to taking those actions over time. So having that understanding can be really helpful for them. All right, sometimes an objection comes when they go, oh, I've decided to go with a competitor. I've decided to go with a competitor. So this objection, usually the reason that they do this is that they're kind of looking around. They're looking around. This usually happens with done-for-you services, but it can also happen with a course or a digital product as well. What this tells you is that these types of clients want to look around. So your solution is positioning in the marketplace. Positioning in the marketplace. So how are you different from the competitors? Are you addressing that in your marketing? How can you add in more personality so they understand what it's like to work with you? How is your offer framed so that it goes into the solution, the value, and the understanding, so that they understand how you're different from the competitor? Usually this comes down to showing and not telling. Okay, so oftentimes we like to tell them, list out all of the things. I do this, that, and the other thing. But when it comes to you against someone else, we want to show what it's like to work with you. So typically I like to do this through video proposals. Not many of my competitors do a video with their proposal, so it shows what it's like to work with me. Or for my products, I like to use a lot of audio and video marketing. So podcasts, YouTube videos, I'm showing what my style is like, what my framework is like. Okay. So the final objection that we often see as marketers is a lack of trust. A lack of trust. Usually the reason that this pops up is they have a lot of questions, okay? A lot of questions. They want to add, especially with a low-cost offer, and by low cost, I really mean something like a digital product, a membership. They typically don't trust that you are the person who can solve their problem, okay? So usually lack of trust is solved by more information, okay? So this type of client usually, oops, I put an S on there. This type of client usually doesn't have enough information. So you can usually address this by filling out your sales page, adding in case studies, showing your work through testimonials. So they need to see the results that you've gotten for your clients. And if you don't have clients, then for yourself. If you don't have results for yourself, this person may not work with you, and you may need to be okay with that, right? So this lack of trust can be really addressed with lots of information. It's actually a really easy objection to solve. And this is my favorite one for marketers to solve because it's easy to fix right away. Okay, last one for real is when their needs are unmet. I'm going to put unmet needs. This objection shows up when it's the right time and it's the right price and they feel like they trust you, but something in them is saying no. Something in them is saying no. So when you have this, it is usually resolved by the offer itself. It may not be the right offer. And so in this Aligned Offers Bootcamp, one of the things that we help you do is cultivate the right offer suite. So this is a great way to do a downsell. So they may not be ready today, so we can offer them something else. It may be time to look at your offer solution. Is it nuanced enough for them? Do they feel like, it's not the perfect fit? Okay, so these types of people really want to have something that they feel like it's an easy yes for them and they're hesitating, so they're saying no. There's a level of discernment there. So this is time to go back to your offer. Is it packaged up right? Does it include the right benefits? Does it have all of the features that they're looking for? Is it speak to their niche? Like, does it speak to the industry that they work with? Is it priced appropriately, right? Do they feel like what you offer matches what their expectations are? So this really comes down to like the core part of building the offer, right? And that's what the Aligned Offers Bootcamp is all about. I'm really excited to see you tackle these objections and find the solutions that work for your clients and customers. Now that your offer is getting stronger, let's talk about the elephant in the invoice, your rates. If you are undercharging and, let's be honest, over delivering, I made a little free training for you in this audio series. You're going to learn how to charge 30% more and most importantly, make your clients happier with the rates as you are raising them. I walk you through the exact process, how I went from solo freelancer to agency owner without losing my mind and all with maintaining my margins. And yeah, I had 2 babies in the process. So check out this free training in the description below, or you can go to OnlineDrea.com/training to get it for free. Your bank account and your boundaries will thank you.